Thanks for joining me on Fear No Art. My name is Elysabeth Alfano. Come with me as I go behind the scenes and we get into the hearts and minds and souls of the creative genius. When I think of classic American humor, I think of Second City, Saturday Night Live, and cartoons from The New Yorker. So it's very exciting that we've been invited today into the artist's studio and mind of New Yorker cartoonist Pat Byrnes. Pat, thank you for bringing me into your home office.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. You know, you can't aspire to anything higher than The New Yorker if you're a cartoonist. And I wonder if you could tell me, how do your cartoons come along? Are you always jotting things down? You have a notebook everywhere you go?
First step is I have the idea. A picture of the scene, and then I write it down. Usually the caption is enough to suggest the scene, or else I have to say, like, man buying a car to, a dog.
So something funny that your kid did, or you were at the post office?
No, it's very seldom taken from an actual scene, because in a cartoon, you need all the setup there.
Oh, I see.
And so many times people, something happens when you're out with friends or something, or with kids, and people say, oh, that'll make a great cartoon. And I think, like, no, it won't. Because it's funny to us because we know him and her, and we know their personalities, and we know what happened to bring about this moment. You can't get all that into a cartoon.
Taking an idea scenario from your orange book, would you just start drawing, see where the pencil takes you?
First you try and picture it roughly in your mind, and then you just fish around on the paper to start seeing it. To start seeing the lines, or seeing it blocked out. This might not make a lot of sense to everyone, but I can see the rest of the scene now.
Oh, just from this?
Just from this, I can see the rest of the scene. I know where everything goes. Okay, I've got a composition roughly blocked out. I take a lot of interest in the staging and the casting of the cartoons, yeah, and the acting. All that is very important to me. In the end, I want to be able to hear it. I want to have a sense of presence.
The cartoon coming off the page.
Or you going into it, yeah. There's a joke coming, but the joke blindsides you because, you got misdirected by the story. You got involved in the story. A caption on its own is seldom funny. If it's funny on its own and doesn't need a picture, that's a gag for something else.
Stand-up comedy.
It's best when you don't get it until you've got both components.
Right. You see it, you read it, and then you have the, I get it. You feel that you've sort of worked your way through a small puzzle that's very funny, and your reward at the end is that it's very funny.
Yeah, and I have been told that sometimes my puzzles take a little bit longer to figure out.
Is that right?
And that's why they may not sell as much as they could.
So how much does a cartoon sell for?
It depends, particularly at The New Yorker, where it depends on how popular it is. Because once it goes into the magazine, it goes immediately into the cartoon bank. And then people start saying, hey, I want a framed print of that. I want to use this, and a lot of mine end up in psychology textbooks.
You have a deadline, and you have to get things out to The New Yorker tomorrow. Can you sit down and do a cartoon, pick something out of your orange booklet?
If things went really well, I could probably knock out in about 3 hours. Some would be done in less than 10 minutes, some would take 20 or more. There's time in between spent agonizing over, is that funny enough to draw? Is that not? Is this good? Is this bad?
Do you go for funny? Do you try to be funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of the job description. Sometimes I'll be thinking about something that's very serious, and I'll be thinking about it very seriously. And then I see it from a different angle, and that's the funny bit, and I go, whoa, wait, I gotta write that down. There has to be resonance. It defies you to break it down and do the art analysis. Well, clearly what the artist was thinking, was going for here, something struck him funny and he drew it up. Art is created by someone having something they just want to get out for no other reason, but they want to get it out. And sometimes you get out a first draft and you look at it and go like, wow, that's chaotic and horrible. But I think I've got an idea what I was trying to say. I think the reason why I do fit in at The New Yorker is that The New Yorker doesn't buy cartoons, they buy cartoonists. They want different voices. I seriously look at it as a form of calling.
There's an artist and a creative spirit around every corner and in a few home offices. Join me on the next episode of Fear No Art as we get into the unique and fascinating world of the independent artist. How long does it take to get one?
52 years.
Okay, that's a long time. Although you're not 52.
I am.
You are not 52.
I am.
Look at his face.
Yes.
He's not 52.
Staring out the window time
Yes,
is hugely
yes,
important.
I shine there.
Sometimes a cartoon doesn't sell.
Very rarely.
Like 90-some-odd% of the time. The entire novel is just a setup for a cheap punchline. He sucks you into the story and then BAM!
It's been a hoot.
Spiffing top hole.